Protesters filled the streets of Louisville for the second successive day, demanding justice for slain Breonna Taylor. Now, this protest comes a day after a grand jury decided not to charge the police officers involved in the shooting with murder. Demonstrators, including Taylor's mother, marched through the city. Clashes between police and protesters turned bloody on Wednesday when two police officers on duty were shot and wounded. At least 24 people were arrested for charges including unlawful assembly, failure to disperse, and riot in the first degree. State police extended nighttime curfew through the weekend. One of the officers involved in Taylor's shooting was indicted on charges of endangering Taylor's neighbors with several stray bullets that he fired into an adjacent apartment during the raid. The other two officers were not charged at all. Meanwhile, a lawyer for Breonna Taylor's family demanded Kentucky's State Attorney General to release the evidence presented to the grand jury.
If you want us to accept the results, then release the transcript.
That's right.
Release the transcript so we can have transparency. And if you did everything that you could do on Breonna's behalf, you shouldn't have any problem whatsoever, Daniel Cameron, to releasing the transcript so that we can see you fought for all of Kentucky's citizens, especially including Tamika Palmer's daughter, Breonna Taylor. Release the transcript. Release the transcript. Release the transcript.
Breonna Taylor's killing gained prominence after the death of George Floyd under the knee of a Minneapolis police officer on the 25th of May. The deaths have sparked off a summer of protests in the U.S. 26-year-old Taylor, an emergency medical technician, was fatally shot during a police raid at her apartment in March. 3 plainclothes officers had forced their way into her Louisville home with a so-called no-knock warrant. Fearing intruders, her boyfriend had fired a gun, and the 3 officers then fired their guns, striking Taylor multiple times. Taylor's death, alongside that of George Floyd, helped spark a nationwide wave of protests demanding racial justice and an end to the use of excessive force by law enforcement.